If you've ever made money on Webull and then found yourself stuck wondering how to actually get it out, you're not alone. A lot of beginners think trading profit automatically appears in their bank account, but with platforms like Webull, there are a few important steps, rules, and timing delays you need to understand before you can successfully withdraw your funds. So in this guide, I'm going to walk you through everything in a simple, real-world way. No confusing jargon, no complicated finance talk. Just exactly how to move your money from Webull to your bank account in 2026 without stress or mistakes. First, let's understand something very important. When you sell stocks or options on Webull, the money doesn't become instantly withdrawable. Even though it shows in your account balance, it goes through what is called a settlement period. For most stocks in the US market, that settlement period is typically 1 business day. That means even if you see profit immediately after selling, you may have to wait a short time before you can withdraw it. Once the funds are fully settled, they move into what is called your withdrawable cash. This is the only portion of your balance you can send to your bank account. A lot of beginners get confused here because they see their total account value and assume it's all withdrawable, but only settled cash is eligible for withdrawal. Now, before you can even withdraw anything, you must have a bank account linked to your Webull profile. During your sign-up process, you would have been asked to connect a bank account for deposits and withdrawals. If you haven't done that yet, Webull will require you to complete that step first. This usually involves verifying your identity, confirming your bank details, and sometimes doing a small test deposit or verification process depending on your region. Once your bank account is linked and your funds are settled, the withdrawal process itself is actually very simple. You start by opening your Webull app or desktop platform. On the home screen, you go to your account section where you'll see your total balance, buying power, and withdrawable cash. You want to focus specifically on the withdrawable cash amount because that is the money you are allowed to transfer out. From there, you look for the option that says Withdraw. When you tap it, Webull will ask you to choose the bank account you want to send the money to. If you only have one account linked, it will automatically be selected. Next, you enter the amount you want to withdraw. This is where you need to be careful. If you try to withdraw more than your available settled cash, the system will not allow it. So always double check your withdrawable balance before confirming. After entering the amount, Webull will show you a confirmation screen. This screen will display the destination bank, the amount, and the estimated arrival time. In most cases, withdrawals through ACH transfer take about 1 to 3 business days. Sometimes it can be faster, but weekends and public holidays can delay the process. Once you confirm the withdrawal, Webull processes your request and sends it through the banking network. At this point, the money is no longer in your trading account and you just have to wait for it to arrive in your bank. Now, one thing many people don't realize is that withdrawals can sometimes be delayed for security reasons. Webull has strict fraud prevention systems in place, so if you recently changed your password, updated your bank account, or made a large deposit or trade, the platform might temporarily hold withdrawals for verification. This is normal and usually clears up within a short time. Another important thing to understand is the difference between buying power and withdrawable cash. Buying power is the amount you can use to trade again immediately after selling stocks, especially if you're trading on margin or if your funds are still settling. But buying power is not the same as cash you can withdraw. Only settled cash becomes withdrawable. Now let's talk about some common issues people face when trying to withdraw from Webull. One of the most common problems is insufficient withdrawable cash. This happens when users try to withdraw their full balance without realizing that some of it is still unsettled. The solution is simple. Wait for the settlement period to finish, then try again. Another issue is bank transfer failure. This can happen if your bank details are incorrect or if your bank does not support certain types of ACH transfers. In that case, you need to go back into your account settings and double check your linked bank information. Sometimes removing and re-adding the bank account fixes the issue. Some users also experience delays when withdrawing larger amounts. This is usually due to additional security checks. Financial platforms like Webull are required to monitor large transactions to prevent fraud and money laundering. So if you're moving a significant amount, expect a slightly longer review period. Now let's talk about timing expectations in real life. If you initiate a withdrawal on a Monday morning and everything is normal, you might see the funds in your bank by Tuesday or Wednesday. But if you withdraw on a Friday evening, you may not see the money until the following week, because banks don't process transfers over weekends in most cases. It's also important to understand that Webull does not charge a withdrawal fee for standard ACH transfers in most regions. However, your receiving bank might have its own policies, although this is rare. Always check with your bank if you're unsure. Security is another major part of the withdrawal process. Webull uses encryption and verification systems to make sure only the account owner can move money out. That means if you try to withdraw from a new device or location, you might be asked for additional verification, such as email confirmation or identity checks. This is not an error. It's actually there to protect your money. If you ever find yourself in a situation where your withdrawal is stuck longer than expected, the first thing you should do is check the status inside the app. It will usually show whether the transfer is pending, processing, or completed. If it's pending for too long, you may need to contact customer support through the help section in the app. Another useful tip is to always keep your app updated. Older versions of the Webull app sometimes have bugs that affect transaction visibility or withdrawal requests. Updating the app ensures smoother performance and fewer issues. Now let's go a bit deeper into how to make withdrawals smoother overall. One of the smartest habits you can build as a trader is planning your withdrawals ahead of time. Instead of waiting until you urgently need cash, you should anticipate settlement delays and process withdrawals early. That way, your money arrives exactly when you need it. Also, avoid constantly switching bank accounts. Every time you change your linked bank details, it can trigger security reviews that temporarily slow down your withdrawals. Stability in your banking setup helps keep things fast and smooth. Another important point is taxes. While withdrawing money itself is not taxed, your trading profits may be subject to capital gains tax depending on your country. So it's always a good idea to keep records of your trades and profits for financial reporting later. At the end of the day, withdrawing money from Webull is not complicated once you understand how the system works. The main things you need to remember are simple. Make sure your funds are settled, ensure your bank account is properly linked, withdraw only your available cash, and allow 1 to 3 business days for the transfer to complete. If you follow those steps carefully, the process becomes smooth and predictable every single time. So whether you're cashing out your first small profit or moving a larger trading balance, the system is designed to be secure, structured, and reliable. You just have to work with its timing and rules instead of expecting instant transfers like a payment app. Once you get used to it, withdrawing from Webull becomes second nature, and you'll be able to manage your trading profits with confidence and clarity every time.